The link between the engine's crankshaft and camshaft is made by the timing chain. It's needed to guarantee proper timing between these components. The camshaft and crankshaft gears would not turn in unison with one another if there was a timing chain. The timing chain in certain cars has a dual function, driving other essential parts. A professional repair shop may charge anywhere from $1,500 to $400 for a timing chain replacement. It may only cost $500 to $900 if you have the knowledge, tools, and ability to replace it yourself, but the typical home mechanic won't find it easy to fix. In this guide, we cover the factors that affect the chain's replacement cost. Labor rate. Even though replacing a timing chain is an expensive part, labor costs will account for a sizable portion of the cost. To remove the chain from some engines, numerous parts must be removed. For it to function properly, it must also line up with every tensioner, timing gauge, and gear. An expensive labor bill may be in store for you, depending on where you live. You may spend a lot less on labor if you live in a rural area, as opposed to a busy metropolis. To get an estimate, take the labor rate in your area and multiply it by 4 or 8 hours. It goes without saying that you will save a ton of money if you can replace your timing chain. However, someone lacking the necessary experience shouldn't attempt to complete this task. Make and model of car. The majority of the cars will be older, even though some newer models have timing chains, primarily because timing chains typically last a long time. In light of this, the kind of car you drive will determine how much you spend on the timing chain. For whatever reason, some brands are much less expensive. For instance, original Honda timing chains are frequently less expensive than those of other brands. However, you typically have the choice to buy an aftermarket chain kit, which might enable you to save a small amount of money. Just remember that not all aftermarket parts are good, so before switching, make sure to check the quality. You should never take any chances when it comes to a timing chain, because it could cause the engine to completely fail. Additional repairs needed. Most car models require more than just changing the timing chain during the procedure. Frequently, tensioners, gaskets, and numerous other components are changed concurrently with the chain replacement. The parts don't come with a huge price increase. Furthermore, while the chain is already off, labor will be less expensive. Another component that frequently fails is the chain tensioner, for instance. It's crucial to get the proper diagnosis before performing any repairs, because the symptoms of a malfunctioning timing chain can be mistaken for those of a malfunctioning tensioner. Can you drive with a bad timing chain? Once the timing chain is damaged, driving is not advised. You should inspect it immediately if you have the slightest suspicion that it may be failing. You might even want it towed to the closest service center, depending on the extent of the damage. If not, driving with a malfunctioning timing chain may result in engine failure. Your motor may be destroyed if the faulty timing causes the valves and pistons to collide. You will have to deal with a rebuilt or replaced engine, which is far more expensive, rather than just needing a new timing chain. In addition, the engine will not start if the timing chain breaks entirely. Before you can drive anywhere, the timing chain must be replaced. Because of this, I always advise getting everything checked out, regardless of how minor you think the symptoms may be. Err on the side of caution to avoid headaches down the road. I hope the information was helpful to you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.